Good morning, folks. So it's Wednesday. Happy hump day to everybody. In our last get together, I noted that some folks have been asking me about the best backup solutions. Well, like most people, I kind of settled on a backup solution years ago and have kind of stuck with it and haven't really popped around much since then. So I figured this would be a good time for both you guys and for me to poke around and see what's going on. As any of you who've gone through this know, determining a backup solution isn't kind of a quick, or at least it shouldn't be, a quick, I'm going to use this and hope for the best kind of thing. You need to kind of determine what uh, your environment needs, whether it be at home, small office, home office, medium sized business, or certainly a large business. So that's kind of what this little introductory, and this is going to be a series, this little introductory is going to be about. Determining what you need as the individual company, department, etc., etc. So, how I handle this is, I of course start doing my research, whether it be something really simple like EaseUs or something a little more granular like Veeam or something for the house like Carbonite, which I wouldn't use if you held a firearm to my head, but that's a whole other set of circumstances. Um, what works best for you? Who's going to be operating the backup? What's their skill set? If it's just kind of your intern or one of the folks that happens to sit in that area, then you wanted something that's just as close to one click as possible. What types of backups are you making? Are you doing system backups, granular backups, daily backups, uh, weekly backups, some combination of them? Are you backing up workstations? Are you backing up servers? Uh, to what degree can you not stand for a backup to fail if something goes wrong? And of course, with the advent of ransomware these days, backups are more important than ever. It is a lot easier to restore a good backup than it is to pay somebody thousands of dollars to maybe, and then again, maybe not, unransom your data. So these things are really, really important, and you have to kind of make that decision for yourself depending on your environment. Uh, we're going to go through a little bit of everything, from the really simple to the not so simple, over these next few sessions, and kind of see what's best for everybody. So if anybody has any ideas, comments, wants to know about some specific product, or give me a basic idea of your environment, then please drop it in the comments. If you want it to be a little more anonymous, you can email me at ken@jesteritconsulting.com. We can go over it. This would be a free gig. I'm not going to charge anybody just for doing what I'm going to do anyway. But feel free to employ us to actually implement it if you like. We can do that nationwide. So that's kind of where we're going with this series. Again, anybody have any ideas, please let me know. Any specific products, etc., etc. So first thing we're going to get into is kind of a checklist on what you need to address to determine what your environment needs. Um, how exposed are you to the internet? These days, that's probably the most important thing. If you live on the internet, whether you're running it out of the house, small business, etc., but your whole thing is the internet, then you need to be as secure as possible, not only from an infrastructure standpoint, VPNs, firewalls, etc., but from a backup or, heaven forbid, disaster recovery standpoint. We down here on the Gulf Coast are getting ready for hurricane season. We're actually in hurricane season and have been for about a month now. Of course, things tend to get really testy around here. The end of August, the beginning of September is when the water is warm and the big storms tend to spin up. So we need to have something in place in case, heaven forbid, a big storm comes through and kills the power, knocks out the internet, and we have to, take our businesses on the road, so to speak. So, or at the aforementioned, ransomware situation, somebody locks up all of your important data, wants more money than you want to spend or more money than you have to unlock it, than having a good backup from the night before, or even the week before, to be honest with you, because a week's worth of data is a whole lot easier to re-input than 10 years, 20 years worth of data. So, you know, what is really important to you? How does your business function? And to what degree do you need to back up? So that's what our next little advent is going to be about. We'll put forth that checklist for you in a little more salient than we just did. But think about it. Drop me a line. Let me know what is really important to you. And those are the things that we'll address in the next session. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.